this guy had written me saying that he met a woman on a dating app, and then he sent a message to her, and then she went away for like a week and didn't respond. And then she responded back to his question, asked another question. And so he was wondering what that meant. I explained that sometimes women on dating apps get overwhelmed, so they'll take a break and then they'll come back. And if there was anybody there they were really interested in, they'll reach out. So she reached back out, positive sign. So at this point, I said, you should just ask her out. So he just asked her out. And so what he's saying here is the woman who took a week to respond, I did ask her out, and she countered my offer with another day. I gave her the date details, and she didn't confirm until a week later. I didn't respond. She followed up the day of the date, asking if we were still going on the date. I told her no nicely, but told her I'll let her know when I'm free. She said, all good. Oh, God, this is a whole different. Okay. Are women like this worth it? All right. I don't mean to laugh at you guys. I'm sorry. Okay. So one of the things that I teach guys about in my academy, but also in these YouTube videos, right, is this idea of you don't need to follow up with a woman when you're making a date. I've said this on numerous videos, right, that you as a guy, you set the date, and then on the phone call or the text stream that you're asking the date on, you reconfirm then and there that the date's happening. You set the details and say, okay, great. So just to reconfirm, we're meeting at this day, at this time. And then I always say, if anything comes up, I'll let you know. Otherwise, I will meet there at the day and time. And then I teach you guys, you do not reconfirm dates. Now, why do I tell you that? I tell you that because what I want you to give the impression to women is that you are a man of your word, and that when you say things you're going to do, you show up for those things. And so therefore, there's no need to reconfirm, because through your actions, you're showing that your word is your bond and you do what you say, right? And so I have found that by doing that, what typically will happen is the day of the date, a woman will typically reach out and say, hey, so is our date still happening? Because they're not used to guys not reconfirming. But the date's always on. Like when I set a date for a day and time, I don't care if it's a day out, 3 days out, a week out, 2 weeks out, I'm going to show up for that date. I don't need to reconfirm for that to happen. But more importantly, I do not need the woman to reconfirm with me, because I'm also going to assume that she is a woman of her word. And so if I say, hey, we're meeting at this day and time for the date, and she says, okay, that sounds great, I'm going to just assume she's going to show up. And there have been times when I first started doing this early on where I got very, very nervous, and I'd be sitting there like, okay, like I'm at the date. She's not here yet. It's supposed to start in 5 minutes. I don't know if she's going to show up. Should I call her? Should I text her? And I stuck to my guns and said, no. You said you were going to be here. Let's assume, just like you're going to hope that she believes you're going to follow your word, that she's going to follow hers. And what would happen? 7 o'clock would hit, and she'd walk right in the door because, oh, surprise, surprise, she's a woman of her word. So let's go to this situation. So he says, I gave her the date details, and so she didn't confirm until a week later, but she did confirm. She confirmed, and then you did not respond, which is it's your prerogative to do that. You could have said, like, okay, great, see you then. But either way, she said she's going to show up. So for me, if that had happened, my response would have been, I assume she's going to show up for the date, so I'm going to show up for the date. I wouldn't be sitting there like, well, no, she's still, even though she said she's going to show up, I still need her to reconfirm to me. No, I would have been like, she's going to show up. And so she said she followed up the day of the date, which I tell you guys will happen. I tell you guys, if you don't reconfirm, chances are they're going to hit you up to reconfirm because they're assuming the date's still on, but now they're nervous. And his response was, no. So now what you've essentially done is you've canceled a date that you set up with a woman that agreed to the day and time and then was checking to make sure the day and time was happening. So this is not so you're saying, are women like this worth it? That's not really the question here, because the real question is, why didn't you go forth with the date? You set the date, she reconfirmed it, and then she reconfirmed it, and your response was, nope, not going to happen. But she was showing you all the signs that indicate that she was going to show up for the date. So I'd say this is a situation where you messed up, and you need to start getting into the habit of understanding that, like, just because a woman doesn't confirm doesn't mean that she's not going to show up. And I get it, because as guys, we go through our own turmoil of like being in experiences where we set up a date and then the woman doesn't respond back because she doesn't want to show up, or we get to the date and then she doesn't. I've had it where I showed up on a date before and a woman didn't show up. That shit hurt. Like, it didn't feel good, but I still stick by the same principles, and I say that girl is an outlier because most women don't act like that. But this is actually a case where she was doing everything I said women would do. She said yes to the date. She confirmed it. She reconfirmed it. She seemed excited for it. So, yeah, it's a faux pas. Now, we hope that based on this faux pas, she's not going to hold it against you. And when you ask her out again, she'll agree to it. But understand now, you've now shown the thing where you're unreliable about a date happening. So, be mindful that she may feel some kind of way about that and be like, well, I don't know if I want to do a date now because you canceled the last one or what is this and that. But hopefully she'll give you another shot. And when she confirms a date, that means, when she confirms a date, it means she wants to go. When she trying to reconfirm a date, that means she definitely wants it to happen. All right. So hopefully you've learned from this little lesson and you'll do better next time. Hey there, thanks for tuning in to Harry Dating Convos. Don't forget to visit HarryWilmington.com to download my free ebook, Texting Women Like a Boss. And while you're there, if you're ready to take things to the next level with your dating life, check out the Get Girls Academy membership program for exclusive strategies and live coaching. Go to HarryWilmington.com to learn more and join today. Lastly, if you've got a question you'd like answered on one of these shows, leave a comment below or write me at HarryWilmington@gmail.com. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.